Yeah, I'll fix you one with the cap off. I got you. Kelsey.
Kelsey was the athletic Donovan, that jump ball scuffle thing that happened. What was going through your mind in that moment, and like how did that act just as a spark for you guys?
Yeah, it's just about toughness. You know, I was willing to get a technical foul for that. You know, I think for me, leadership comes in different forms, and that's one of them. I've actually had that happen to me twice in my career. Once with Pat Bev, and then once with what was the other one? PJ Tucker. So I'm two out of three. I lost the one with PJ. But, you know, I think for me, just trying to set that tone that we're just not going to back down, and, you know, that's really all that was.
What did you see just in the fourth quarter alone, too? You know, you guys held them to 18 points. You had 18 alone in that quarter. But just what did you just see kind of from both sides in that quarter?
Our defense, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, scoring is scoring, but our defense as a group, you know, we got beat, we recovered, we got beat, we had each other's back, we rebounded the ball. Everything we didn't do for 2.5, 3.5 quarters, that was it, you know, and we were a little sluggish, we were a little tired, and, you know, long flight from Dallas, that does it from you get in late and whatnot. Yeah, we had a day in between, but still takes a day to catch up, and, you know, we weren't, personally, I wasn't too worried. You know, I knew we were going to respond, you know, and we did it to a really high level. Even when we kept pushing and then they kept extending the league back, you know, that type of stuff can kind of wear you down as a team, and we stayed with it. We fought and competed as a group, man, and that's huge.
Into the fourth quarter, what was the conversation like in the huddle and the timeout? Who did that come from?
Got 12 minutes. Darius, Ev, those are the two, 12 minutes, you know, and I credit those two because they're speaking more, you know, as the season progresses. You know, Evan hit a big three. You know, I don't think he took one throughout the whole game. I could be wrong. I think that was, or he took one before that. But, like, he hit a big three. He's trusting it. You know, we're trusting each other on the defensive end. Darius gets a huge rebound. He gets the jump ball. Like, there's so many little things that we're all continuously doing as a group. And, you know, we did it, you know, for a full 12 minutes.
Joe. I know you got a game tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, Utah comes in.
Oh, yeah.
Does that creep in your mind at all?
Not until you said it, to be honest with you. You know, not really. I mean, my biggest focus right now is this mini playoff series we have against Dallas. You know, they're playing right now, and I'm probably going to watch the film because I'm probably not going to be able to fall asleep for a little while. So that's really my mindset. But, you know, I saw a little bit of their game last night. Jordan Clarkson's playing phenomenally. Obviously, Lauren Markey. Laurie's been this good. I think he's now getting the opportunity to really flourish as the guy, and it looks great to see, you know, from him. We're the same draft class, so I've known him for a little bit. A lot of guys are looking really good over there, and, you know, I got some friends and staff and the team, so it'd be great to see them all and, you know, play against them for the first time.
I mean, we've established that you're off to a great start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at one point you said this was the best that you had ever played. Knowing that the AllStar Game is in Utah this year, where obviously you have all this history, how important was it to not only make that game, but to start?
It's not done yet, you know, but I think for me, I wasn't focused on so much the All-Star Game. I really came in here just, you know, I can honestly say, and I think we all can say in this room, you didn't know what was going to come for me this year. I mean, no one did, and I think I spent this summer just understanding that I got to be the best player I can be for this group. If that All-Star and everything else follows that just comes with winning. But for me, my mindset is just trying to be the best teammate and grow into this role as a leader with this group. You know, it's on the horizon. It's close, but it's not something that I'm too worried about because, you know, we're continuously trying to find ways to play, you know, as consistent as a group. And, you know, like we always said in Utah, man, like, you know, winning just fixes everything. Like, you know, winning is whatever else comes with it, it comes with it, you know, and I'm very blessed to be able to be in that conversation, you know, but the job's not done for myself and for this group. So that's really where my head is at. And if it happens, then get back there and enjoy it and have a good time.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Donovan. When did you sense that you needed to go into takeover mode on the offensive end?
The third quarter. My problem was I kept getting scored on, and then I just was like, all right, I'm just going to score back, and that's not great basketball. So I really had to, like, you know, lock in and, you know, and be able to get stops. Buddy Hield, you know, he doesn't stop moving, doesn't stop running. He had two threes to start the quarter or whatever. So just being able to lock in, and Miles Turner gets a pocket pass for a layup on my screen because I'm not into the ball. That really, got me going because I'm letting my teammates down. The offense comes and goes, but defense is like, all right, like you can't do one thing and not the other. You got to be able to do both sides. And that was for me when I started to try and be more aggressive. When I came out, we cut it to 8, and shout out to the group that was in, continuously making plays. And then they brought it to like 11 or 12 to start the fourth. And then from there, we all did it as a group. But for me, just coming out to start the half on that note for myself and for the group.
It seemed like at the end of the game, you had some words for Benedict or somebody on the Indiana side.
Yeah, it's all basketball, but it's natural trash talk. I waited until we did what we were supposed to do, and when we see them, they're probably going to talk junk again. But that's just basketball. I got a lot of respect for Mathurin and Nembhard, 2 rookies who really talk like they're there, like they make their presence felt. The shot probably will go unnoticed, but I respect Mathurin's just pull up 3 that he missed it, like the confidence to be able to shoot that, as a rookie. You know what I mean? Like that's big time, and that's just a testament to his confidence. Nembhard's had pretty big games against some good teams, and obviously we all know what Tyrese has been doing, who's been playing phenomenally. But I like that. I enjoy playing in that manner and that competition. But it ain't nothing personal. It ain't nothing besides basketball. But sometimes you gotta just. I don't mean to be corny. let them know. I was gonna say it fluidly. That was terrible. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Don't put that on Twitter, please. Don't put that. Wow.
Spencer Davies. How important is the footwork to what you do? Because I feel like that jab step is a space creator in and of itself. But I mean, you got the side steps going on the side, but that jab step makes so much space.
That is entirely Quinn Snyder and Johnny Bryant. When I first got drafted, and Lamar Skeeter. Those are the 3 coaches I worked with in Utah. Literally, Quinn has this drill, and if you ask anybody in the NBA, they'll tell you he's a peace sign where you do peace pivots, you forward, reverse pivot, all that stuff, and you're just pivoting. And that was what I spent my whole, and you can ask Ricky and Raul this. That's what I spent my whole first year doing, peace pivoting, and I was bored as hell, but it was something that's just repetitive over and over again. And one thing I learned is that just works anywhere on the floor. Whether you get a catch, whether you're jab stepping with the ball. There's so many different ways to use it, and that's really where it started. And then I started watching film on it. Dwayne Wade is obviously someone who I've watched, and he did it in many different ways. But it's all about just creating that space. And the fact that I can drive, just a simple jab gets guys to react and finding ways to create that separation and get a shot off.
Last one, Kelsey.
Touched on it a little bit, but I kind of wanted to expand on it. You seem to play with a little bit of an extra edge throughout the game, either just clapping after a shot or words. Was that because of just how the game was going and how you were feeling?
A lot of the stuff before the fourth quarter was just me getting angry because I was getting scored on. To be honest, like I said, that for me is like the scoring I know I can do, but defensively I'm trying to get better every game. And, I fell back into some old habits, kind of standing up. Naismith gets a corner 3, being ready, being in position. Those are the little things. That way you're not playing catch-up. When guys shoot too well, I can't give guys corners, especially in the fourth quarter. You can't give open shots like that. So that was really what that was. And then the fourth, it just became back and forth, the trash talk back and forth. But for me, just trying to hold myself to that standard and continue to build.
All right, thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you.